back, you guys. It's me, Anton, and I know it's been a really long while. I haven't been able to make videos because of school obligations. I've been doing rotations for the past couple of months since starting this summer, and unfortunately I work 8 hours a day, every day, Mondays through Fridays, and so the only time I have to myself is basically during the weekends. And so I'm gonna try and squeeze in a video for you guys here and there. But anyways, the reason I wanted to make this video was because a lot of you guys have been asking me about Sprint iPhones, and I kind of went over the unlocking of Sprint iPhones in my unlocking tutorial, which you can check out right there. And since I made that video, actually not much has changed in terms of the Sprint iPhone unlock situation. So I do have a Sprint iPhone 5S right here. The new iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, they unlock the same way, or rather they don't unlock for the most part, and we'll just go over some of those details in just a moment here. So first things first, this 5S, iPhone 6s and 6 Pluses, they're not factory unlocked when you get them from Sprint. As you know, Verizon iPhones, they're also CDMA, they are factory unlocked. The ones from Sprint aren't, for whatever reason. And what that means is, if you try to put another SIM besides a Sprint SIM into your Sprint iPhone, it's not gonna work. So Sprint iPhones unfortunately only work on the Sprint network. But that does include some of the Sprint resellers like Boost Mobile or Virgin Mobile, but sometimes that does take reflashing, and other times it's really easy. Okay, so let's get talking about the first question that people ask me a lot, which is, what is the MSL code, or the Master Subsidy Code? Now, if you've ever called into the Sprint helpline to ask about an unlock, they might have offered you something called an MSL code. And basically, for other phones, you can enter this code into your phone and it will unlock the CDMA portion of your phone. For our purposes though, that's not really helpful, because we want to unlock the GSM part of our phones in order to use a different SIM card from a different carrier. And so you can technically unlock the CDMA portion of it and be able to use it on a different CDMA carrier. However, in the United States, we only have Verizon as the other major CDMA carrier, and they won't allow you to activate a phone that isn't a Verizon phone. And so, long story short, the MSL code is basically pointless. So then we can get to the next question, which is, how do I unlock my Sprint iPhone then? And if you watch the previous tutorial on unlocking Sprint iPhones, the same thing applies even to this day. Sprint iPhones can only be unlocked for international use, which means even if you call in and have them unlock it for you, you will only be able to use your iPhone outside of the United States. You won't be able to put in a T-Mobile or AT&T SIM card in your Sprint iPhone because those are domestic carriers and they're blocked by Sprint. And in order to be eligible for the international unlock, you have to fulfill a set of criteria set out by Sprint, mostly regarding being an active member in good standing, having paid all your bills, and so on and so forth. And I'll put the full description of all the criteria down in the description below. But as of right now, there's still no way to unlock a Sprint iPhone for domestic use on other GSM carriers. Okay, moving on then to the next question, which is a biggie. People ask, why? Why can't you unlock your Sprint iPhone? I mean, if Verizon comes as a factory unlocked phone, Sprint is the same way. It's a CDMA phone. Why doesn't it come factory unlocked? So if you've ever heard anything about the Sprint and the Verizon iPhones being different in terms of hardware, that's all pretty much BS, because they're the exact same phone. They have the same exact hardware, the same modem, the same radio, everything's the same. It seems kind of weird in a way, because when AT&T and T-Mobile phones, the GSM iPhones, are entered into the Apple database, they can actually be changed to a value where it specifies that they're factory unlocked. And so you can request an unlock with AT&T or T-Mobile and it will become a factory unlocked phone, but it really doesn't work with CDMA phones, and I'm not really sure why. But even to this day, for example, the Verizon iPhone 4S, they're still not factory unlocked, even though the rest of Verizon iPhones are factory unlocked. So for all you unlucky Verizon 4S owners, you're in the same boat as Sprint iPhone owners. in that you can only get the international unlock, and there's really no way for you to use your Sprint iPhone or Verizon iPhone 4S on a United States GSM carrier. Okay, and so the last major thing that I want to go over is the new unlocking law, and this is actually pretty exciting for all of us who want to unlock our phones. As you may know, a bill has recently been passed that legalizes the unlocking of phones. So what does that mean for all you Sprint iPhone users out there? Unfortunately, not much, because Sprint has announced that they will start unlocking their phones by February 11th, 2015. Whether that means it will be factory unlocked or whether that means they'll allow unlocks to happen, we don't know. But what that does mean is that all iPhones that are manufactured after that date will have the possibility of being unlocked, and that is pretty good news for the future. However, for all you guys with Sprint iPhones right now, you're pretty stuck there because your phones will still be locked to Sprint. You will be able to request the international unlock, as I mentioned before, but you still will never have a true unlock where even the domestic GSM carriers are also unlocked. So it's very unfortunate. If you do plan on getting an iPhone with Sprint, I would recommend that you actually wait until after that date to purchase it. And when you do purchase your iPhone, make sure that your iPhone is manufactured after that date. And usually you can just tell by going on to the Apple website, punch in the IMEI number or the serial number, and then it'll give you the date of when it was manufactured. So there you go then, guys. I'm really sorry, even you guys with new iPhone 6s and 6 Pluses, if they're not manufactured before that date and they're from Sprint, they're still gonna be locked to Sprint. So really think about that fact before you buy a Sprint iPhone, and if you already have one, then you can kind of consider your situation from there. But I hope I answered all your guys' questions today. I know you guys had a lot of questions. If you had any more, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below, or you can tweet to me at AntonFanX on Twitter. I also recently started an Instagram. Just go to @AntonFan, and if you can subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. Your support is seriously what gives me the motivation to continue making these videos. So thank you so much for all your support. Peace out.